beautiful soul. I hope that you're having an incredible morning, afternoon, whatever the time of the day it is. I'm finally outside. The sun is setting and it's beautiful and it's glorious, and I'm so grateful that I get to be out here in God's beautiful world. I had Heavenly Father inspire my conversation today, which is falling into the Matrix in a sense. Everyone has seen the movie The Matrix, which is about awakening from getting out of the corporate world in a sense, but this isn't just limited to the corporate world in a sense. This also has to do with falling into the superficial and into just the worldly expectations, the outer layer, and expectations in general, instead of just being true to our higher selves, to our soul, and to our rawness and wholeness. The truth is that we're all taught these ideas since we were born, of the idea of how the world works and how we should dress, how proper it is, the size we have to be. I think it can be really easy to fall back into the Matrix as well, to fall back into, like, once you awaken and you discover that you are way more than just what people expect of you, or the ego, the things that tell you what you should or shouldn't do, or that voice that labels everything or attaches itself to ideas, or just to ideas, this attachment. When you realize and you awaken that you're not just that you're so much more, and you're unlimited, that you're an unlimited being, you're a child of God, you're a soul, you're not this physical body, and you awaken to that idea, it is really easy to fall back asleep and fall back into the Matrix. So, with that being said, I want to talk to you about exactly what is the Matrix, because we've all seen the movie. So how does that apply to real life, and how does that apply to us? An example of what it is to get out of the Matrix is, well, the Matrix, for example, or the superficial world, tells you that to wake up and to constantly be busy is a success. It's something that everyone should try to achieve, and it is an achievement. They say being busy and being exhausted is something to be proud of. But getting out of the Matrix is saying, okay, there are days where I'm busy and I'm proud of myself for it. But I love myself even on the days whenever my body requires me to be slow. It's the slow mornings, it's sleeping in a bed, or just beginning the day slowly with meditation, but just slow body movement. And doing yoga, not to achieve a pose or to do all the hard stuff, but simply to just go within my body and feel, and to check in with myself, or to wake up and then take a shower, and not so I can rush out the door, but so therefore I can see the way the light is reflecting on the spouts of water that are splashing within the shower, and the way the sun peeks through the window, or it's the smell of coffee in the morning, the aroma of fresh linens. That's one example. Another example is the world claps for those and finds beauty within small and tiny bodies. Awakening from the Matrix could be seeing that everybody is beautiful. Every single body, big, small, curvy, non-curvy, the way your body is shaped is beautiful just the way it is. And being in the Matrix is exercising because you don't like your body out of hate, because you want to punish it. And awakening from the Matrix is to celebrate your body and movement, and in the fact that you have the ability to go to the gym and exercise, and you have the ability to dance in your house, in the kitchen, wherever you want. It is the ability to celebrate your body and movement at work, to stretch, no matter if people are staring at you, no matter if it is out of the norm, to do things that other people do not find normal. That it's, if everybody else is at their desks and they're working, but you get up and you stretch, that's okay. That is awakening out of the Matrix. Another example is starving your body because you're following a diet because you want to punish it and you want to be small and you like the feeling of not eating much. Awakening from the matrix is feeding your body exactly what it needs, even if it is just fruits and vegetables, and even if it doesn't want to eat, you're still feeding your body exactly what it needs. Awakening from the matrix is, instead of comparing your body, like how what's on the magazines, what's on the news, who all the beautiful people in the gym, which I find amazing, it's instead of comparing yourself to that body and being like, why don't I have that, and looking in the mirror and judging yourself harshly for it, or judging yourself in general. Awakening from the matrix is instead saying, I love my body the way it is, and I don't have to starve myself. I don't have to compare myself to the way other people look, because when I genuinely appreciate my body for all that it does for me and the beautiful grace it gives me, the beautiful ability it gives me to get me to where I need to go, to walk upon this earth, or to relax when I need to relax and lay down, or to take a seat next to my friends, or to hug a loved one. Within that is awakening from the matrix. It's not comparing yourself, it's instead congratulating others that are different than you, or saying they are so freaking beautiful and that makes me happy. And being in the matrix is saying this person is beautiful because of the way they look. And yes, beauty does exist superficially and externally, but awakening from the matrix is saying this person is beautiful not only because of the way they look, but it's mostly because of the energy they have. They have this beautiful energy about them, and it's about their soul and who they are and how they express themselves and just how they show up to the world, and how they're not afraid to be who they are, even when other people around them may be judging that they are just so freaking beautiful, how they own it and how they are who they are. And that's one of the most beautiful things possible. You see, with all these examples of how I personally view what the matrix is compared to awakening, it's going from thinking in your head, okay, I have to do this to impress this person, or I have to do this because this is what is beautiful, or I have to do this because this is what people expect of me, or I have to be a lawyer because that's the way my family raised me. Whatever it is, you can do the thing that you love and that you're passionate about. If it is yoga, or if it is being a lawyer, but that's not who you are. You are not what you do. You are you. And I think within that, that's not trying to be something. I think that's just being, and that's the most beautiful and most authentic thing you can do, is to just drop the labels and drop the expectations of all of this. As beautiful as the world is, it's just to drop all of what you think people expect of you, or what the pressure you put on yourself, and you're just dropping that, and you're just being you. You can drop it. You can drop those expectations, and I invite you to do so right now if you have the opportunity. If without force, this is just an invitation. Don't put so much pressure on yourself just because other people are doing it, or just because everyone around you has a particular look, or they're doing a particular thing, or they're all getting married or having babies. This doesn't mean there's a timeline on your individual basis, on your individual journey, or that there's an expectation. You do have high expectations. It's not from the world, though. Those high expectations are just because you're a high vibrational soul, and you're going to do a lot of amazing things, and you already have done a lot of amazing things that you should be proud of yourself. So the fact that you have woken up today, you should be proud of yourself. You should look in the mirror, hug your body, love yourself for all that you are. You should celebrate your curves, or your long legs, or your short legs, or however the shape of your body is. You should celebrate it and find beauty in it, and find beauty in your eyes that look into kind strangers and the smiles that you give that make people feel more in tune, and that smile that shows people there is actual kindness in this world. And you're gonna have your ups and downs, and the Matrix tells you should always be perfect and that you should always be up, up, up. But awakening from the Matrix is saying, you know, I'm gonna have days where I'm exhausted, and I'm gonna have seasons even where I am not at my top mood, or I'm just gonna be busier than usual, or I'm gonna rest more than usual, or it's just not gonna be perfect is the thing. The idea of perfect, which doesn't exist, but I'm gonna go through my changing, and that's okay. That's awakening from the Matrix. So if you want to take anything from this video, I hope you take the fact that no matter where you're at, it's perfect. Perfect just the way you are. It is good enough. It's more than good enough. I hope you take that from this, because I see you, I hear you, and I know you're doing the best you can right now. You may not feel like it, but you're doing wonderfully. So, as always, I hope you get outside. I hope you get some body movement. I hope you stretch. I hope you take care of yourself, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Get some sunlight. I hope you have a wonderful and beautiful, blessed day today. I love you, and I'm sending my love and light your way.